Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on the time zone. Now, today, the ODM leadership has arrived in Mombasa ahead of the 20-year celebration of the existence of ODM party. Actually, ODM has not just existed for 20 years, it has grown and it has maintained good numbers. Because if we talk about existing, remember, Ford Kenya exists, Kano still exists. But when it comes to also maintaining or at least having numbers that can be meaningful politically, ODM is there. The question is, after this, will ODM really continue to exist? Having it in mind that the party leader, who was the glue putting the party and the people together, is no longer there. The late Raila Amolo Odinga. Will ODM continue to exist?
Just to make sure that all of you are seated.
Now, many people are expected to attend the ODM celebrations, but before this celebration, there was the earlier meeting in Nairobi where several leaders were present. Aladwa, Isoja Lango, among other leaders. And there is something Jalango did in that event which has raised some questions. The decision of announcing 1 million Kenyan shillings, alleging that was contributed by President William Ruto to facilitate the ODM members who want to attend the celebration in Mombasa. There was ODM delegation that they were addressing. Then 1 million from the president, who is not actually a member of ODM, but a competitor. A man who is competing to have his party have more people elected on UDM, but is here sponsoring ODM. How do you take this?
Kitu ya kwanza, tulipokuwa tuko hapa, vijana tulieni, ulisikia vijana wenye wamelia, wamesema wanataka kwenda Mombasa, na mkaona nikatoka na simu, nikatoka hapa nje, ni Rais William Samoei Ruto alikuwa ananipigia, na mmesema wapi yule nani, kijana yuko wapi hapa? Oskina kopi. Sasa Rais amenipatia 1 million, nipatie hawa waende Mombasa.
Now, when you look at William Ruto sponsoring the party during their event, you'll be asking, is Ruto interested in ODM party growing? Or what does that one mean? Your contribution. Is it genuine that you want ODM to grow? Or there is other reasons behind that? It is a discussion I would want us to have. But before we go in this discussion, I have a quick and humble request for those who are watching the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And by the way, we are experiencing power blackout. That's why our video is not that much clear, but we have to do this. Let us go back to our discussion. Now, I am well aware that many leaders have been invited to attend this event. When they are celebrating 20 years of ODM existence, there are founder members. And by the way, this is not the first time a political party is inviting another party leader to their event. It has happened severally. So, there are ODM founders, the Pentagon team. Pentagon team includes people like William Ruto, is among the founder members. Musalia Mudavadi is among the founder members. Najib Balala. Nyang' Nyong'o was the first Secretary General of ODM. So, these people have been invited. They can either attend in person or send someone to represent them in this event. Did I mention Uhuru Kenyatta? Uhuru Kenyatta is among the founder members of ODM, by the way. So many have been invited. But the decision of William Ruto directly sponsoring ODM event, where does it leave you? I see a William Ruto who is actually not really interested in having ODM party to continue growing, but getting a direct support from ODM. His intention is not to grow the ODM party. In fact, he wants to look more friendly to ODM, but the real intention could be winning the ODM supporters to UDA party. Imagine mko kwa event and the president is supporting it. He's really there, but he's not the leader of that event. How do you treat the president? You will see him as a friend. Therefore, he will be treated to a friendly situation. The issue is also about 2027 general election. When you look at the 2027 general election, by every means, President William Ruto would like to have the support of ODM party. At this level, I see Ruto trying to force himself to the ODM party through several individuals like Jalango, who are his friends. And I can tell you, if ODM was not going to work with the UDA in the broad-based and Raila Odinga, people like Jalango would have it rough, because going back to ODM, it would not be easy. The only thing they could do is to cross to UDA, then campaign there and wait to fail. So Jalango, I see him as a Ruto's man. He's among few individuals that Ruto is using directly to woo the supporters of ODM party. For example, why didn't he use someone like Edwin Sifuna to send his support to the party? Sifuna is a no-nonsense person when it comes to ODM matters. In fact, they are pushing for ODM to have a presidential candidate in the ballot. So I see a William Ruto who is trying to use every means possible to get ODM. And the moment they will get hold to the ODM like this, going forward, ODM might not remain the same. If it had, for example, 80 MPs, you'll find the next election they have that like 40, like Wiper or 40. And it will continue to shrink like that because that is then the wish of William Ruto. Even if you need that support, you don't want a strong ODM. He wants a weak ODM and the strength of ODM transferred to UDA. So ODM cannot say it is still strong when they cannot facilitate their own delegates to Mombasa and leave William Ruto to get credit from that for small things like that. So already ODM itself is showing the weakness. You see, these guys are celebrating here because someone had not announced or informed them that they are going to cater for their transport to and from Mombasa. So Ruto saw a vacuum and he has come in to fill the vacuum. The gaps are there. Just facilitating. Imagine mtu wa ODM bila atakuja kupinga President Ruto, na ikiwa Ruto ametoa milioni 1 labda kwa kila mtu 5,000 ama 10 gharama, muende Mombasa na mrudi, you will remember William Ruto. You will easily remember William Ruto. And that is one of the things that he's doing here. So even if ODM will try to say that independent, they don't want to work with William Ruto, he is already penetrating inside the ODM circles. So, beside attending, whether they will attend or not, the weakness are already seen here. Oburu Odinga should have ordered that delegates should be taken to Mombasa and back through the party expense. They had to finance this. But again, what we are learning is that ODM might work with William Ruto, either split or fully working with William Ruto. But what I can assure you, before ODM will work with Ruto, Ruto would want to kill it. Kama uamini uniambie ANC iko wapi? ANC iko hai. Na ANC kabla iende kwa mkataba na William Ruto ilikuwa na wabunge 19 wateule pamoja na wakuchaguliwa 19. Wakabaki na bunge wangapi? 7. Then ikamezwa. Ford Kenya had 14 MPs ikiingia kwa mkataba na William Ruto. Saizi wako nao 6.